Hi everybody, I'm Kathleen. Welcome to my kitchen and to my new second kitten. This is Olivia Sue. This is Elijah Blue's sister, and they were rescued. I'm going to put her down in Tijuana. Unfortunately, she lost her eye due to an eye infection, but she is super special and we are thrilled to be her parents. So again, thanks for joining me. Today we are going to make a berry oat bake by Rip Esselstyn and the Plant Strong website, and I will put a link to it. And this is Rip's book, The Engine 2 Diet, which is amazing. It was one of my first vegan plant-based cookbooks, and there have been more since, and I will put a link not only to his site, but also to his YouTube channel so you can have more delicious oil-free, sugar-free, and salt-free recipes. I am only oil-free sometimes, not 100%. But this is a really nutritious and healthy breakfast. It would be fun for Mother's Day, and it makes a lot. So you can have breakfast for a week off this recipe, which is great. So the first ingredient is rolled oats, and I get these organic rolled oats at the health store. You know, everything's now packaged individually because of COVID. So it calls for 4 cups of oats. So I've already done 3, and this is 4. And of course, oats are high in fiber. They're so great for your colon and your arteries. They help pull the waste out. And remember, all animal products have cholesterol. So if you're wanting to lower your cholesterol, lower your blood pressure, eat more plant-based foods. So we have the oats and then berries. I have berries galore to share today. It calls for 3 cups of berries. It can be frozen or fresh. As my husband reminded me, frozen is less expensive. So this is Simple Truth Organic triple berry medley, and I love raspberries, which is one of the main reasons I got this one. Blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. And then Costco has a triple berry blend. It just includes strawberries instead of raspberries. So those are 2 options, and of course you can use any fruit you like. Bananas. I also add in some peaches, and Simple Truth Organic has some great sliced frozen peaches that I use for ice cream, combining bananas and peaches in the food processor for delicious plant-based ice cream. And I also add them to this bake. So I've just been letting them sit here, thaw out a little bit. So the recipe calls for 3 cups. I actually double it. And I'll show you why in a little bit. So these are just options, and I'll write out the little add-ins that I've done. So we're gonna add in our frozen fruit. It is in a 9 by 13 pan, so it's a big pan. So that's just one of the main reasons I add a lot of extra fruit. And you're gonna preheat your oven at 400, which we've been doing. And then you're gonna add, instead of oil, we use applesauce. And this is organic, unsweetened applesauce from Trader Joe's. I love this because it uses 1 ingredient, organic apples. No citric acid, nothing added. So that's my favorite applesauce. Okay, and the 3 cups is actually the whole jar. Okay. And again, this is all, I'm using all organic ingredients. That's just, of course, always optional for you. All right. All the Esselstyn Engine 2 Plant Strong recipes are very simple, which is wonderful when you're new to cooking. Then you're going to use 2 cups of your favorite plant milk, unsweetened. This is cashew milk that I made this morning, and all I did was take 1/4 of a cup of raw cashews in the blender and 2 cups of water, and I blended it, and that's how I made just a quick on-the-spot plant milk. You can also use 2 cups of water. All right. Now, it does call for flax meal, 3 tablespoons of flax meal, and flax acts as a binder, like instead of eggs. I'm actually sensitive to flax, so I love Egg Replacer by ENER G. Now, this is just on the shelf, usually in the Asian cooking section of a health food store. And it's tapioca starch and potato starch. And what you do, I need 2 supposedly eggs. So that equals 3 teaspoons of this ENER G. And for me, it works great. I use it for all egg substitute in baking instead of eggs or flax. And then I use a smaller spoon. And then this is 3 tablespoons of water. And the directions are on the box. But I've used this for years and I just love it. And I really encourage, if you're still eating eggs, please Google the Medical Mediums podcast on eggs. He says that they breed more bacteria in the body than any other food. And I just want the whole world to know that, because I feel like eggs are revered as a health food and they are not. They have a ton of cholesterol. And as he says, bacteria, which nobody wants, especially right now during the pandemic where everybody's trying to be as healthy as they can be. So you got to give this a, you could even whisk it. Mine's not the best here, but we'll just keep going here. Yes, get rid of the eggs. You'll be fine. You could do just egg, tofu scramble. Both of those videos are on my site. You can get protein from all kinds of other sources of plants. You know what? Hang on one second. Let's grab the whisk. I would normally do this in a bigger cup, but I'll just get it a little better. And once I stir it, all right, good enough. Now, I actually add in a couple things of my own. I add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This is also a Kirkland product. I'm gonna shake it real good. And this is just optional. I like vanilla, so I'm just giving it a little bit more flavor. There's also, the cinnamon is supposed to be on top, which I will do, but I also put a tablespoon in the mix. This is also Kirkland. This should be an ad for Costco, but it's not. Let's see if we get about a, whoops. It's fine. I love cinnamon. And then there is no sweetener in this recipe. So it's just fruit sweetened and applesauce. But I add a little more, so you don't have to. You could use agave or maple syrup, and I do 4 tablespoons, because this makes 8 servings. You could do less, you can do none. What I've learned, and this is, of course, is also Kirkland, organic blue agave, and Kirkland also makes amazing maple syrup, organic maple syrup. So for me, agave has a lower glycemic index and I don't crash. I actually do tend to crash on maple syrup, especially if it's something on my breakfast. So this has really helped me. Some people have mixed feelings about agave. I love agave, so it's up to you. Or again, you can use nothing. So we're gonna stir all this together. And you could just try it with just the berries and the applesauce. I do like a little sweet, and my husband Wade likes a ton of sweet, so he would have me add a lot more. But I've just started with these 4 tablespoons, and I think it's enough. And again, the cinnamon adds a natural sweet also, and we will top it. You can top it before you bake it or when it gets out with more cinnamon. All right. So you've got all these beautiful colors from the fruit with phytonutrients. You've got the fiber from the fruit and the oats. You've got vitamin A and C from the fruit. All kinds of amazing health benefits. And again, no cholesterol. And there's no salt in this recipe. All right. So you can see, this is why I do double the fruit, because I want fruit in every bite. All right. Okay, so come on over here. This is a 9 by 13 glass dish. And again, the oven's at 400. Hopefully I got that stirred good. So Wade and I eat this, it will last 4 days because each one of us, but if you had it for just yourself, it could last you the whole week. And it does stay fine in the fridge. I just cover it with foil, keep it in the fridge for the week. Almost even add more fruit. All right, now get that all smoothed out. So easy, so easy. Breakfast for many days. Also a benefit. Okay, and most of the Plant Strong recipes do make a lot. So you can top it with more cinnamon, or you could wait till it gets out of the oven. I still top it with more before I eat it. And then the option is about 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup of chopped walnuts. Of course, if you don't do nuts or you're doing, no nut fat, you can omit it. So I just do a little bit of a sprinkle. Give it a little more protein, omegas. I don't go crazy, but just enough. All right. And that is that. So we're gonna bake it on the top rack at 400 for 60 minutes, and I'll see you when it's done. Okay, it's been 60 minutes, and we're gonna pull the delicious berry oat bake out of the oven. It has been making our house smell amazing. So here it is. You can see how big that is. And I'm gonna let it cool before I cut it, but normally I would just, cut it in half this way, and then cut those halves. And then you have 8 pieces. And you can top it with, just some fresh berries or more cinnamon, whatever you like. Make it your own. So thank you so much for joining me. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think of the recipe. And as always, thank you for saving animals with your food choices. Have a great week.